Hi, boys and girls. We are going to start our next writing lesson. You guys have done a great job writing in your journals, which you know we're going to do every day. But we're going to focus on a new strategy today. So, this target is going to be, instead of thinking of a special person, which will always be there, but you're going to think about a special place. Okay, so I'm going to start this. Okay, so we're going to draw on our repertoire of strategies, which means some different ones. Okay, so even yesterday, we were working, and you guys, as I just said, we're doing a great job and thinking of those people who are important to you. Today, we're going to be writing about a place that is important to us. So, our goal, our learning target is today I will use the strategy of using an important place to help me write my story. It's going to have the same 4 steps as before. So just like with our important person, there are 4 specific steps. So step 1, you're going to pick a place that's important to you. You're going to write down 3 memories you think of when you think of that place, or describe the place that you love. So you can describe or write about a memory. Choose one of your ideas from your place and then write your story. So, my example one is, one of my favorite places to be is my house. And one of the times a year I love it is when in the summer I can have my swimming pool open. Okay, kind of like these kids jumping in a pool. So, my ideas were, I love my sunny days and being able to be in my pool and read a book. I love the pool parties. And I love late nights being able, because it doesn't get so dark early, right? It stays light. And then later, after all that pool time, I get to be out underneath the stars. Example 2, another special place to me is San Diego, California. That is my brother's home in his city of where his son, and his wife live. And so some thoughts that come to mind about why it's a special place to me is, I love the beaches. The beaches are gorgeous, and just the sun is amazing. 2, I love playing with my nephew and love being able to go sightseeing and seeing different places that I haven't been. And their food is delicious. Get to try some different food. So I am choosing my choice. I'm going to write about today is example 2, which was San Diego, which is my brother's house and city. Okay, so now that I've made my choice, now I'm ready to write my story and answer my what. So who, what, when, where, and why questions, and how. So your activity today is, you are going to take your turn and you're going to pick a place or places. Then you're going to write down your story ideas and go with your place. Choose one of your 3 ideas and write your story. And we're going to set a timer just like you have this week, and you've done a great job with that. On the next page, I will leave a slide up to you to help. So here, pick a place that is important to you. Write down 3 story ideas so you can talk about memories or describe that place, right? Then choose one of your places and one of your ideas about that place and write a story. And for those of you that feel a little frustrated and not being able to stretch your story out, remember 2 things. Start at the beginning, move to the middle, and to the end of that memory. Okay, and great words like first, second, next, then, finally. Okay, those words kind of will help guide you. But just like in our other lessons, who, what, when, where, why, and how. Okay, so to your turn, you're going to write. I will be coming around. You know that I check on all your work. I just loved seeing your writing today. So I hope to see you guys be those super writers again today. And remember, if you're done with your goal, then you've just begun, which means, we keep going. Okay, so I'm going to show you my journal, and remind you of the organization of what that should look like on the inside of your writer's notebook. And then we'll get you the materials you need, which would be your notebook, a pencil, and your Post-its. Okay, so your Post-its, your pencil, writer's notebook. But you won't need your seesaw until you're ready to post your assignment today. Okay, but you will need your Chromebook for your timer. So, Chromebook, timer, your writer's notebook, your Post-its, and a pencil. Okay, so I did hear some problems as we kind of began writing in our writer's notebook. So, some kind of stressors that were frustrating to people. One was that maybe you're feeling too tired to write. Another problem I heard is that I can't think of anything to say. I also heard sometimes I write something and think it's not good enough. And I kind of heard and saw sometimes my writing just seems boring. So I have some solutions for you to help solve these problems of what you're thinking and feeling. So, as a writer, if you are feeling tired to write, then maybe on one of your Post-its, you could sketch something out about your memory or place and then return to your writing. Didn't give permission to sketch about into your writer's notebook, but you could use a Post-it and then just put that with your story. You could set a small goal for yourself, like finishing just the first part that you're working on. And I've seen a couple of you do that, and you did a great job. Next, if you can't think of anything to say, you could keep focusing on what's important to you and make sure you have answered all of the who, what, when, where, how, and why. So you'll have to go back and reread your writing and make sure you've done those things. What about if you're feeling sometimes something you are writing isn't good enough? Well, when you are following directions, everything you write is good enough. So lots of you today, you weren't sure how to spell a word, and so we problem solved that. When you're writing in your writer's notebook, you don't need a dictionary. You don't have to ask adults how to spell things, because writing in your notebook is a gathering of ideas, and it's not supposed to be perfect. And that goes for all of our virtual and remote learners. If you're not sure how to spell a word anytime you're just writing, you want to sound it out the best you can and put a circle around it. Those circles will tell us in the future, if you come back to this story, then you know those are words you want to work on. So don't worry about spelling and don't worry about being perfect. Okay? Just work on getting your ideas onto paper. Also, give yourself room to make mistakes. We are here to learn and not be perfect. We learn by making mistakes, so it's okay to make mistakes. And lastly, what if the writing just seems boring? Well, every writer in the world thinks their writer is boring sometimes, but that should not stop you. So don't listen to that voice. We would call that a fixed mindset. Okay, so don't listen to that lie on the inside of your head. Okay, so use your what and how questions, use your growth mindset. Trust us, your writing is not boring and it is not supposed to be perfect. So just remember what to do if you don't know how to spell a word. So now I'm going to show you my writer's notebook.